So I see a lot of covers of Rosewood or some other Chon songs where there's very hybrid picking intensive sections, and in those sections I see a lot of like finger picking. See, I haven't done finger picking in so long that hybrid picking has pretty much become what's comfortable for me, and there's nothing wrong, because music's not a sport, there's nothing wrong with playing anything however you choose to play it. But when trying to play these Chon songs, to capture the tone of Chon, it's important that you you play like how they're playing. So a lot of their tone just comes from their technique. So Mario, more than Eric, uses a lot of pretty nasty right hand technique stuff. Lots of really difficult sweeps. I mean, Eric does that too, but Mario is more so emphasizing finger independence in the right hand specifically, and hybrid picking. Really bizarre sequences sometimes. Eric more so. This is an off note thing, but he's more so like, his stuff is very difficult to play in the left hand, I've found, and I don't know, that's just my opinion. But for, say, Rosewood, all that song, that main, all that requires is just one like fundamental movement. So if you look at the hand is comprised of your thumb, your index, your middle finger, ring finger, and pinky, right? And so in classical guitar, you would call your thumb your P finger, your index your I finger, middle your M finger. I believe you call your ring finger your A finger, so we're just going to call it A. And then you really never use the C finger, your pinky, so we'll call it C. You never use the C finger in classical music. It's just not common. Some guys do it, lots of people don't. In classical guitar, you're taught that these three fingers are essentially one finger. You'll see, like, a lot of times, you'll see bass players kind of like, I don't know, basses have a longer scale length, and so it's kind of difficult to grab certain shapes and frets and whatnot. So you'll see some bass players, they'll just move these three fingers around like kind of in unison together. These three fingers are very interdependent on each other, more so than the index finger is on anything else, or the thumb is on anything else. So these guys can move around all they want, and then these guys just move around kind of like in unison, until you learn to break that interdependence. And so Mario, from the videos I've seen of him playing live or practicing the stuff, he has, as far as I'm concerned, complete finger independence. He's able to freely play everything he does without any of his fingers trying to compensate for the movement of the other finger. Of these three, of course. So Rosewood, all this requires you to do is go pinky, ring finger, middle, and then pluck, right? Or your thumb. We'll just call the pick the P. So if you're doing C, A, M, P, anytime you have a combination of hybrid picking combination where you're you're traveling in between your pinky and ring finger, I find that it works very well at, especially high speeds like 16th notes at 115 BPM. Like that is, I find it to be really easy to plant all your fingers ahead of time, and you can use the fact that your fingers are interdependent to your advantage. Let me zoom in so you can get a look at this. So, hoping you can see my right hand. When I play this, every time I go to pluck with my C finger, my pinky, my M is my ring finger, my A finger is already leaving the string, as is my middle finger, and then I can just pluck really easily. Right? And so that's essentially all there is to it. You just sort of you plant your fingers. That's the word I'm looking for. You plant your fingers in order to have a pretty fluid, right hand motion, and it works the same way the other way around. So if you wanted to go, it would be like you'd get the same sort of thing. It's really not that hard as long as you practice that one fundamental motion and where you bridge. Bridging makes it so easy. So yeah, that's kind of how you play Rosewood. You can watch the video and see what chords I'm playing. You can also get the tab book. The guys in Chon made it at Sheet Happens, and there's lots of videos of them playing it online. Sure, there's tabs of it online too, outside of Sheet Happens. So yeah, that's pretty much my approach to that song, and hopefully that helps you out. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.